Hello. So, today we're going to shuffle some cards, and I do not play in the political sandbox of he said, she said, or, I like this one over that one because I think that politics has its own set of rules and its own type of corruption. With that being said, let's see what's going on because I have noticed some things come across my feed that I thought were kind of interesting. So maybe we can, because I don't watch the news. I don't even know what's going on around the world. I try to stay as far away from that stuff as possible because I don't know, it's defeating in a way. It's just, you're defeating yourself. But I'm kind of interested in seeing what's going on because I'm seeing some things that are, well, to be kind of direct, there's been a lot of manipulation going on, and I'm going to leave it at that. I think that there are people who are not being as forthright and honest as they need to be. Woo! Man, I had a couple cards jump out. Let's see. Oh. Yep, the Nine of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. Well, people are worrying about money. And they probably should. My last reading had a lot to do with money worrying too. And also, with that being said, I think that the government is... The people are worrying about money. I think that there's going to be... Let me see. I have my glasses on. I can't read. Let me look at this card some more. So, that's an interesting card. So, people are worried. They're overthinking. They're staying up late at night. They're just having troubles dealing with all the stuff that's going on. I think a lot of people are worrying about money. This is kind of more like a card of generosity. See how that man is handing out money to these poor people? That's kind of an interesting card to be played at this juncture. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. So that's building money, growing money, like working towards a goal, trying to save money. Money, it's, is a lot of, and it's also about, see that there's three people and they're talking. It's about collaboration. I have a feeling that there's things going on with the government that have to do with money. Collaborating with people that we don't particularly like. I really do think that that's going on. I think there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. And there are people who are in our government now who don't really jive with that whole... I think that we should be playing this game. I just think that, we have the Three of Swords. There's going to be conflicts. People are going to be torn. The Three of Swords is, a lot of it has to do with heartbreak. I think it's suffering and grief and just people having a hard time dealing with stuff. The Three of Swords is a card that... there's conflicting ideas going on in Washington, okay? There's some people that want certain things and other people that want other things. So now we have the Knight of Wands. This is information that's coming in. There's people that are bringing us information. It's coming in pretty quickly. This is, let me look at him. So... the Wands is God, my brain is not thinking. I can't even bring the words to my mind. The words in my mind to my mouth. Is fire, and fire is something that spreads rapidly. I would be just kind of looking for certain changes. It could be to do with like the tariffs or whatever. So then our next card is the Ace of Swords. This is about ideas. This is about ideas and things coming to light, and also for people to there's going to be yeah, this Knight of Wands is bringing in some, there's going to be some conflicts. Not that there haven't been already. And we have the Devil card. You know, that is, we have people that, this is a really poignant card. Because the Devil card also speaks of addictions, people who are addicted to all kinds of things, money, sex, drugs, you name it. This is the card. So, you know, you got to think about the pipeline that's going through, that's coming through with all of the drugs and all the stuff that is being presented to people and all the overdoses. I think a lot of stuff is going to come to light about that. We have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is about disillusionment. You know, kind of having regrets about certain things. I think people are regretting their vote, but it's like we didn't really have much of a choice as far as like good options. We haven't for years, but since some really far off, you know, people who were leaders before my time even. So I think that people are having a lot of regrets. And we have the Emperor. The Emperor is someone that is a leader. He's respected. He's stable. He's somebody that's going to be more disciplined. I'm not entirely sure who that represents, and I'm not going to say anyways whether I think of it. We have the Five of Pentacles. This is a disparaging card. This is a very disparaging card. This card is like, people are going to suffer. They're going to be losing money. So if I were you, I would start putting away a little bit, because we're going to go through some rough times here. The Page of Wands. This is like new ideas. The Page of Wands is someone who is bringing in ideas, building on things. This is not going to last, okay? There might be a little like stock market thing that goes on, but it's not going to be a forever thing, because there's people that have ideas on how to build back our future. Then we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is, that's really interesting. The King of Wands and the Emperor. So Wands is fire. J.D. Vance is a Leo. We should be watching him. I think that he's going to be a game changer. I think that he's going to be a game changer. The Ten of Swords. The ending. This is the ending of a really crappy period. Okay? Tens are always like the ending of something and going into something new. And then we have the Chariot. There's going to be some decisions that need to be made. People are going to have to make some choices. I think that there are things going on in Washington that we do not see with our eyes, or we're not seeing on the news, that are, oh, dang, the star dress. Anyway, there's discussions being made, okay, that we don't see. There's discussions that are going on that have to do with the Emperor and the King of Wands. So don't lose your mind and think, oh my God, it's all going to end, it's all terrible. Look, we're going to go through a pile of crap before we get to the top of the mountain. But I think that there is some positive things that are going to happen, but it's going to be hard. We're going to go through some rough times. I hope that this helps you get through your day. Stop watching the news. Please stop watching the news, and just go within and use your discernment when making decisions about, life and what's going on in it. Have a great day.